This video is about a one-night pack trip in the Caribou-Targhee National Forest near Spencer, Idaho. Hi, I'm Jess. My partner Byron and I are digital nomads. We travel full-time with our two horses, River and Mackenzie. We're avid outdoors people. We rock climb, hike, and trail ride everywhere we go. But one thing we've never done is pack into the backcountry with our horses.
182.2, so 26 pounds.
I've been wanting to do this for years and finally decided to make it happen. Since we only have two horses, we needed to go as light as possible. I bought 2 sets of saddlebags, gathered up our gear, and weighed everything. 171.5. $193. So 22 pounds, 21 and a half pounds.
21 and a half.
I'm sorry, Mackenzie. Fully packed with our camping gear, food, fencing, and horse feed, the bags weighed 26 and 22 pounds. River wears a treeless saddle that weighs less than 10 pounds, so she carried a little bit more weight than Mackenzie. The general rule of thumb is that a horse shouldn't carry more than 20% of its body weight. The average horse weighs around 1,000 pounds, so that limits you to 200 pounds of total gear, including all of your tack. This video was shot in late July 2021. I was helping to put on the Top of the World endurance ride. My primary responsibility was marking the trails. One of the loops that needed to be marked was 27 miles long. We used surveyor's tape attached to clothespins to mark the trail. These get hung from tree branches at intervals of 2 to 3/10 of a mile. It makes for slow going, so it made sense to break this loop into 2 days and spend the night on the trail. About 5 miles in, we began the steep climb up Bear Gulch. We dismounted and hiked most of it to give the horses a break. It was hot and they weren't accustomed to carrying so much added weight. We followed the narrow trail, taking rest breaks in the shade as we climbed higher and higher. Eventually the trail leveled off and we remounted. I chose Mule Meadow as our campsite based on research I did on a topo map. It showed that there was a stream and I guessed that there would be grass available. I planned to let the horses graze for most of their food, but I brought a few pounds of hay cubes and concentrated feed too. This meadow is located at nearly 9,000 feet, and it turns out that it's a popular campsite for parties going up to or down from the Continental Divide trail. Our campsite was near a spring which fed into a larger creek. There was plenty of grass for the horses and a metal bear-proof box for our food. After unloading the horses, I put up their electric fence pen while Byron set up our tent. We stacked our saddles on a boulder and wrapped them in a tarp for protection. We got everything put away just in time for an afternoon thunderstorm. We relaxed in our tent and waited it out while the horses happily munched grass and enjoyed the cooling shower. We're all good. Later we cooked dinner, instant mashed potatoes and salami, then went to sleep. The next morning I popped my head out of the tent and found both of the horses sleeping.
both of them are sleeping.
It took about an hour to get them ready and all of our gear loaded up. We hit the trail and kept on marking the route. We intersected the Continental Divide trail a few miles beyond our campsite. We followed it northwest through a thickly treed section. The pack scraped on a tree for the first time, spooking River a little bit. The trail briefly crossed into Montana, which was kind of exciting.
Ooh, we're in Montana.
Over. Good. Good girl. Okay. The CDT follows a ridgeline. At one point, I looked to my left through an opening in the trees and spotted a tiny white speck way down in the valley in a meadow.
Yeah, I think that's our camp, isn't it? On the map, can you tell? No. What? That looks like where we're parked.
That's us.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Wait. Stay right there.
It was really cool to be so high up and be able to see our trailer so far away. Eventually, the trail began to descend. It was really rocky and steep, but the view was amazing. Looking to our left, we could see into Idaho, and on our right, Montana. Again, we dismounted and hiked to make it easier on the horses. But without our bodies in the saddles to counterbalance, the pack started shifting. We had to stop every once in a while to rebalance things. Along the way, we noticed that River's saddle had crept forward and was starting to come up over her withers. She handled the discomfort well and tolerated the girth being jammed up in her armpits until we got to the bottom of a steep hill. There, we stripped everything off and reset it. We remounted and finished the remaining 10 miles without incident. Packing is a lot more work to organize than a regular trail ride, but I'm really looking forward to the freedom it'll give us to explore further into the backcountry.